Hi, I'm Nyesha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Welcome again to Miss Cleo's Storytelling Corner. Remember the last time we were together, I was telling you about Jack and the devil errant. Well, we ended where Jack was just getting into the gate. He made it in the 3 months. He found Devil's house. And Devil is looking a little sly. And he says to Jack, "Oh, you are so clever to find my house. Oh, but I have something else for you to do. What I want, you see my ring?" And he threw his ring down an empty well. And he said, "Please fetch my ring for me." So Jack runs over, and by the time he gets to the well, it is full of water. And you know Jack, he commenced to crying. "What am I gonna do?" Oh, and the daughter, and he's hungry and eating. The daughter, she comes up with some food and she says to Jack, "What's the matter?" He says, "Your father, he threw his ring, his gold ring down the well, and he asked me to get it. And then when I went to get it, it filled up with water." It just so happens the daughter had an axe, what do you call those things? Those like sickle things, like an axe. And she had a stone in her hand. She says, "Don't worry." She says, "This is what I want you to do. I want you to cut me all up into pieces, and then it'll make a ladder, and then you can go down and get the ring." Jack says, "Oh no, I'm not doing that. I'm not cutting you up." She said, you must. Now, Jack, cut me up as I told you." So Jack said, "Okay." So he started swinging that sizzle and he cut her into little pieces. But she had told him to make sure when you're coming up, you get every little piece as you're going up the ladder. Put her in a bag and she will become whole again. So that is exactly what happened. He came into a ladder and he climbed down the ladder. He got the ring. And as he was coming up, he took each little piece and he put each little piece, he took it, put it back, each little piece. He got up, and just as he got up there, but he missed one little piece. And he put her in the back and he shook her up. And she said, "See, I am whole, but the joint of one finger was missing." But she says, "That's all right, Jack." So he takes the ring and he brings it to the father. "Oh," says the devil, "you are so clever. Well, that is all right. You know, I just have another little task for you to do, and that is all right. I want you to cover my house with dove feathers. Shingle my house all up with dove feathers." He says, "Shingle, yeah." Jack says, "What am I going to do? How do you do that? How do you do?" And of course the young girl comes up and says, "Jack, what's the matter now?" "Your father said for me to shingle the house with dove feathers." "Dove feathers? Where am I going to get dove feathers?" She took out of her pocket all this corn, and she threw it all over the ground, and all the birds came and they eat. Now take the feathers, Jack, take the feathers. And he took all the feathers and he shingled the whole house with dove feathers. And he goes to the devil Ray and he says, oh, you did it again. Oh, well, oh, you are so clever. Well, okay, I can't do it. There's one more task I have you to do. And if you do this task, I will set you free. And you may marry one of my daughters. Isn't that wonderful? He said, go fetch my horse in the meadow. And here is a bridle. Go fetch my horse. So Jack goes down to the meadow, and as he gets to the meadow, there becomes a mountain of sea. And he says, again, what? How will I do this? How will I do this? And he starts crying again. And the girl comes along. And she says, what is it now, Jack? I have to fetch your father's horse, and all of a sudden there's a mountain of sea. Fear not. He says, take this bridle, and then I want you to dash into the sea. And when you dash into the sea, the horse will come. He'll put his own head in the bridle, and he will bring you out. Because, this is where my grandfather is buried. Yes. So Jack dives into the mountain of sea. The horse comes up, puts his head in the bridle, and he rides out. Well, this is wonderful. It is done. He goes to the devil, and the devil says, oh, you are so clever. I guess you must marry one of my daughters. I will dress them all, and we'll have a ball. So he dressed all of his daughters the same, and the young girl said, I will have one thing different than my sisters, so you will know it is me, and pick me. So there was a great ball set up, and the three sisters walked out, and he saw the one that he wanted with a different bow in her hair. And he says, I want that one. The devil says, you can't have that one because she is much too young. He says, you said I can have anyone I want, and the one I love, and I want that one. And the devil says, all right, you may have that one. And he set up a wedding, and they were married. And the wife said, Jack, as soon as we go to bed tonight, my father is going to kill you. Yep. So she made two little dolls, and these two little dolls cried, and she put them in the bed, and she put covers over them. And then they went out to the woods, and the devil snuck up at night, and he put boiling water over their heads, in the chimney, over their heads, over their bed. And he heard the crying, started to cry. And Jack and his wife got on a horse, and they started to ride. And they rode and they rode. And the devil went in and found out that those weren't them. He got on his horse, and he started to ride, and he started to ride because he was going to catch them. And he rode and he rode. And then she threw out some corn, and the corn turned into trees. And the devil went and got an axe and cut down the trees and kept riding. He says, Jack, where is he? And Jack said, he's on our tail. So she threw out a mirror, and all of a sudden there was a great sea, a great ocean, and the devil, he started to paddle. When he got his paddle, he started to paddle, and he started to paddle, and he got weaker, and he got weaker, and he could hardly paddle anymore, and he got weaker until he drowned. Oh, they were so happy. Jack had not seen his family in so long, so they started off to Jack's home. And 2 days before they got there, the wife said, now, they have not seen you in a long time, so what I want you to do is I want you to go home and visit your family and come and get me in 2 days. But remember, don't kiss anybody, because if you kiss someone, you will forget me. So Jack goes home, and everybody hugs him. His mother comes out, and she does not kiss anyone. And night came, and Jack went to bed. And as he was sleeping, the dog came up and kissed him. And he forgot all about his wife. He forgot all about his wife for 4 years. And then there was going to be a ball, and Jack was going to get married again. He knew nothing of his wife. And they said to his first wife, come, there's going to be a ball. Let's go. She did not want to go. She was still so sad. Come, let's go. And they forced her. And so she went. And when she got there, they wanted her to entertain them. So she hit one side, and a rooster came out. She hit the other side, and a chicken came out. She hit her stomach, and corn came out. And the rooster took the corn from the chicken. And the chicken said, the hen said, you ungrateful rooster. You came to my father's house. I helped you find your way. I helped you when he threw his ring into the well. I helped you, and you forgot me, and this is my gratitude. And Jack said, what? I seem to remember something like that. Then she hit her side, and she hit her stomach again, and more kernels come out, and the rooster ate up all the kernels. And the hen said, and he was to kill us, and I helped you. I saved you, and this is what you do? This is what you do, says the hen to the rooster. And Jack says, wow. Oh my goodness. And he remembered his wife. And he went to her and he knelt and he said, I am so sorry, wife. This, he said to everyone, is my wife. So Jack took up the old key. And the new key he left in that place. And with the old key, he rode off and was happy ever after with his first wife that he remembered. Well, that is the story of Jack and the devil errant. I'll be back next week to tell you some more stories. Please join me. Right now I'm saying read a little, write a little, expand that imagination, and you take care. Bye-bye.